Greetings. Suppose you return home after a weekend at your favorite campsite, and while cleaning out your 2013 Arctic Fox 25-hour travel trailer, you find a roller bearing and perhaps a serrated nut on the floor under the slide. These parts belong to the Lippert component slide system, which supports your dinette slide in the trailer. You can call Northwood Manufacturing, however you only have a 1-year warranty. Lippert components will not help you at all if you're past the 2 years. So let's suck it up and get on with life and fix this thing ourselves. I suggest you start by removing the drawer and drawer guide closest to the rear of the trailer. You'll notice a large plywood inspection cover. Remove the 6 screws to access the slide mechanism. Extend or retract the slide until you can see the bolts holding the slide mechanism. There are 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 1 nut, which is loose, you'll notice, on the roller bearing. Same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and look at that, another loose nut. It's going to fall off sooner or later. If the serrated nut and roller bearing are missing, this is where the loose bearing belongs. Check the serrated bearing nuts to see if they are tight. If they are loose, replace them with 3/8/24 all-metal lock nut. So we're going to take these off. At this point, you will need to make a special tool from a 3/16 Allen wrench, cut and bent so that it can be inserted into the Allen socket to the inboard side of the bearing. To facilitate this, I loosened the bottom 2 bolts on this so that I could pry the slide open if I need to get the special tool in. So here we'll try to put the special tool in. There you go. Okay, now we take a 9/16 socket and tighten up the nut. Okay. Remove the Allen wrench. Change the socket back to the 1/2 inch and tighten up the other bolts. Let's proceed to the right drawer. Remove the drawer and the drawer slide. This side is more difficult because you will have to create your own access hole. Cut away the carpet and the foil moisture barrier. Mirror the size and location of the access hole the manufacturer gave you on the left. I used a Dremel Ultra Saw to cut the access hole. You'll be cutting through 7/8 inch plywood, and the saw cutting depth is only 3/4 inch, so you'll have to finish the cut with your saber saw. Inspect and repair the bearings as you did on the left. This completes the repair of the second of 4 slide bearing units. To inspect and repair the outer bearings, extend the slide to access a roller bearing mounting assembly. Check the bearing nut and replace it if it's loose. You will have to access the Allen socket from the outside of the trailer. By depressing the rubber seal and squeezing your hand and the special tool into the open space, you can access the back side of the Allen socket. Once the Allen wrench is in place, have your helper tighten up the lock nut from the inside. Remove the Allen wrench. Perform this task on all 4 roller bearings, both on the right and the left sides. While inspecting the bearings, I found that all 4 mounting screws were missing from the slide mechanism. If you notice that the mounting screws are missing from your slide mechanism assembly, then you will need to repair that too. To repair the stripped out mounting screws, I carefully measured the location and transferred that information to the cross support in the dinette. I then drilled a 3/8 inch hole through the support. And then I passed a long 3/8 inch drill through the slide mount and the floor. Be careful not to impale your tires with the drill. Okay. Next, I inserted a 5/16 inch by 2.5 inch bolt with 5/16 inch fender washers top and bottom, and secured it with a 5/16 inch lock nut, one of these in each hole. This worked well with 3 of the 4 mounts. However, the 4th hole passed through a floor outrigger and required the use of a 4-inch bolt inserted from the bottom instead. When you tighten these bolts up, you're sitting on the ground on the outside, one arm through the seal and the other one underneath on the floor, and tighten them up with a 3/8 inch ratchet set. Gravity is not adequate to secure the slide out room to the trailer. It really needs to be firmly bolted to the floor to keep it where it needs to be. When done, finish off the access hole on the right side of the dinette as Northwood did on the left side by screwing a 1/4 inch plywood inspection cover over the opening. It is a trick, but if you are somewhat mechanical, it will save you several $100s in repair charges, and you will have perhaps eliminated future problems. Plus, you will have added a handy new tool to your collection. Life is good. Let's get on the road again.